Someone should take throwing logs and make it a sport.
Who would be stupid enough to do that? Good morning, Args. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. FarmSim Guy, how are you?
Yep, very good. It's a bit of a different environment, this, isn't it?
This is a very different environment to the plains of West Texas.
So we are on a bit of a busman's holiday, aren't we? We thought we'd just come over to Switzerland and do a bit of rural farming
We
up
are
in the
indeed.
hills.
Yeah, no, it was heading into winter and we had our harvesting done, so what better thing to do than experience some farming elsewhere in the world?
So we've got a bit of grass work lined up for today. Get these cows fed and watered, and then we're going to go and do a bit of logging, I think, aren't we?
Gonna give it a go, we'll see how it works out. Could be a short-lived experiment.
Something not many people have looked at in 22 yet is the logging side of it, so it should be fun to have a look at that, won't it?
Should be, and I'm enjoying the physics I've had so far with handling different things, so I'm keen to see how the logs work.
Yep, for sure. Right, I guess priority number one is get some mowing done.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go see what we've got. Well, hello everyone, Argsy here, along with the FarmSim Guy. We are in Switzerland. We've travelled to Erlengrat, and we are trying out a few different things farming wise today. We are not obviously using the big equipment, we don't have the big fields, but we do have some rather nice things to use there. Quite sure why we want to try and pick that up from that distance, but there we go. So we've got a couple of tractors, we've got a couple of balers, we've got a couple of wrappers. We're going to go mowing. We own a fair bit of land, or a couple of reasonable sized pieces of land. Let's take a quick look at the map. And so you can see here, this is the main farm down the bottom here. We've got the grass field and some trees up the top. And we do actually own a field down here, field number 3, which has some sugar beets in it at the moment. The reason we've owned that field and it has sugar beets in it is we've actually bought a few of the production chains. So we're just going to have a look at the production chains menu. We have the chocolatier, the Caserie Erlengrat, which is butter and cheese, and we also have the sawmill. So to make chocolate, we need sugar. The other two are straight milk, and obviously wood is just the logs. So that is a bit of the idea. We'll see how things go, see how you guys enjoy this, and go with the flow for a little bit, but looking forward to trying this out, doing something a little bit different. So I think we'll jump into the tractors and get mowing. Alright, so let's roll out. As you can see, we are in the T7. Got the dual Pottinger mowers on the back, and we're going to head up the hill to the piece of land we own and make a start mowing that. Now the joys of these is they will drop a swath, so we don't have to worry about windrowing or anything like that. We can get straight into baling once we've got the grass mowed. How nice does that flutter on the skirts on the mower look? Very, very nice. Oh, and we're in a right-hand drive. There we go. Alright, let's go find the entrance into this land and make a start on some mowing. Alright, so this is the field just here on the left, so we'll get pulled in here. We'll get things unfolded and we'll make a start. Not quite sure where FarmSim Guy is. I think I can see him coming through the trees there now. Get the front one unfolded as well. Love the sounds. The sounds on this game, they are doing a fantastic job on those. So, got those lowered down. We should actually turn them on before we lower them down. But before I do that, we're just going to check our work mode. We are on swath dropping, so we should be all good to go. Let's get them cranked up, hear them whine, and see how we go. There we go, fronts down, rears down, make a start, and there we go. All looks to be working pretty well thus far. Nice big swath, and nice tidy lines, which is good. We'll just wait and see, make sure FarmSim Guy can get in and get started as well. You can see where we are on the map. This field is quite large, and you'll see up the top there we actually have our forestry equipment all set up ready to go. Alright, FarmSim Guy is on his way, so we shall carry on mowing. Don't want him getting too close to us. Ooh, struggling a little bit for power going up this hill. Now where does this field go? Probably round to the right is the best choice. Seems to be a bit of a little dog leg up there. The road. Okay, you won't be able to go all the way up in there. This is my first grass work I have done in FS22 and I'm really digging the textures. They are looking really, really good. I know that there has been a vast improvement across a lot of them. Could possibly use a little bit more depth in the cut nature of the ground that's left behind, but all in all, it's looking pretty good. CFSG's fallen behind. I wonder if his tractor's struggling power-wise a little bit. I did try and, when setting this up, went for some tractors that had a slightly higher horsepower than what was needed, knowing it was a hilly part of the world. But I do just wonder if he's finding things a little bit difficult. Argsy FSG.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
Struggling for power a little bit in that tractor, eh?
I really am. Really am.
Surprising actually, I up-spec'd them. I went for higher horsepower than what the mowers demanded, knowing it would be a bit hilly, so maybe I didn't go quite high enough on that tractor. Alright, that's once around the field. I think with the shape of this field, it's probably actually almost going to be easiest to go round at least once more, just to see how it all works out. It'll cut some of the skinnier pieces off, and we'll see if we can do some longer runs once we've done that. But let's just carry on. I think for the next wee while we will put this through on a little bit of a time lapse, try and capture some of the scenery. As FSG says, it is a beautiful part of the world. Yeah, looking around, hopefully we might even see some deer on our travels. So we'll jump to a time lapse and see when it's all finished. Our last little pass, that has gone pretty smoothly actually, a lot quicker than I thought it was. I thought it might have taken a while, and not actually a bad way to do it, running around and then up and down or across the field like that. So let's get this lifted up and folded up, and get the front one turned off, lifted up and folded up as well. Let's go have a chat to the FarmSim Guy.
Nice and quick, Args.
That was a lot quicker than I was expecting, to be honest.
Although slightly worried about the power of. I don't know what your tractor was like. Mine was very sluggish on the hills.
Yeah, mine struggled up a few of the hills, but it wasn't too bad. But we'll suss out the balers and figure out which one might be best suited for your tractor.
Have we maxed the engines out on them? Could we do a little mechanic job?
We'll go check. We'll go check back at the yard, but I thought I had. Where's checking?
What's the plan with the grass then? Are we going to bale everything, or are we going to stick some in the bunker for the cows?
Well, I was planning on baling it, but we've got wrappers to bale it into silage bales.
Perfect. Yeah.
However, I was looking at the cow feed menu, and silage isn't an option to feed them. It has to be TMR. Do you know any more about that?
I do know. In fact, I did a video on that last night. I recorded it last night. Yeah. So silage as a base feed for cows is no longer, so it has to be TMR.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a mix. So we might buy. It might be easy to buy one of those mixing wagons and just dump everything in it.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out what we do, whether we get some hay somehow.
Yeah. So that's the other option. We might maybe the bottom 2 fields we do.
Yeah, that's
cut
right.
and turn them into hay.
Yeah, we've got more land, don't we, down by the main farm. All right. I'll head back down to the yard and sort out some balers.
Sounds good.
Alright, there you go, straight from the horse's mouth. The video will be out, no doubt, before we release this video, so you'll be able to know a whole lot more about what is needed to feed the cows. So I think we can just nose our way out here and head down the road to the main yard. Some guy's probably gone the quicker way because I think I have to zigzag my way down this track. So we'll see you back down at the yard. Alright, looks like FarmSim Guy is having a chat to the wall. See if he can upgrade his tractor. I did just have a look. It is 247 horsepower in its current configuration. I'm not sure if it can go higher than that or not. So wait and see what the verdict is.
Yeah, we're maxed on that engine, Args.
Yeah, so it's 247, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing beyond that. Okay. So what's the T7?
313. So the New Holland baler's 230 requirements, and the class baler was 250. So.
Oh, it's going to be touch and go, isn't it?
It is going to be interesting.
Unless you want to, if I bale the bottom of the hill, and you do the top.
Yeah, well, that's the other option. Yeah, you do across the bottom of those runs we did, and I can go up and around.
Well, let's give it a go, shall we, and see what happens.
All right, there we go. All right. So we'll get hooked up here to the class, and head on up to the field.
FSG to Args.
Go ahead, bud.
Just want to confirm what bale size we're using. Apparently you can't wrap the largest.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
So maybe 150s.
Sounds good. Can go with that. So we'll get the baler unfolded. We'll get the pickup turned on, get it lowered down, and make our way around. So we did just check. 220 is the largest size we can wrap. So we are running 220 centimetre bales. I'm not sure what that correlates to in terms of volume. Must be about 6,000 litre bales, just looking at what we were at 50%. So let's just see where we end up. Now FSG is going to try and do one lap of the field. We'll just wait and see how his tractor handles going up the hill with that slightly lower power. He only has 17 horsepower above the requirement for that baler, so we'll just wait and see how it turns out.
FSG to Args.
Go ahead.
Managing not too bad, actually. A little bit of a struggle on the very steep bits, but only down to 7 or 6 miles an hour for a few seconds. Back up to 13 now. It's doing all right.
That's doing all right then. I've certainly been struggling up some of those steeper bits as well. But
should I say kilometres an hour? That's why it looks so impressive. We're in kilometres, not miles.
We're just on our second lap of the field. You see FSG down the bottom there. We did manage to pull away from him a little bit. Up on the top end of the field here, he really struggled with power. So he's going to make a start on the rows across the bottom, and where it's a little bit flatter. And we're going to focus on getting this outside piece done, where we need a bit more power to do it, and then we'll get going up across the fields.
FSG to Args.
You go ahead, mate.
That's me finished down at the bottom. It doesn't look like you've got much more to go. Shall I go and get the wrapper?
Yeah, it's probably worth going and making a start on that, I suppose. I'll just, I've done every second row, so I'll work my way back down and be done.
Cool, mate. There's a lot of bales here.
We are going to be busy. We're just running along the last pass in the field. FarmSim Guy already has the wrapper out and is down there starting to get some of those bales all wrapped up. Gone for a nice pretty pink wrap today, but there we go, we are all done. Half a bale or so left in here. I don't think we're going to see enough grass around this side to be able to pick that up, so we'll just get down here, eject these bales out and go back down and get the other wrapper. We can get back and give FSG a hand. So down here at the yard we've taken the baler off. I've put the trailer here onto the T7. I'm going to try and use a worker, see if they can run up that narrow little road and get to the field. So we'll just jump over here. We've got the T7, we will create a job, go to. We want to head down to the field there where we can see FSG is working. So let's just give that position. Job cannot be started, no permissions. So there we go, I need to go in and sort out our permissions. Alright, so there we go, we have got that set. I'm just putting the slides up and they're going to head off. So let's just see how they go getting up there. We're going to jump out and follow them up with another wrapper. So we're here in the Massey, the 3670, I think it is, isn't it? 3670 indeed it is. And we are going to head up the track here. Got a loader on the front so we can actually start loading while we're wrapping. So we'll see how we go with that, but we will go and help FSG make a start on the wrapping. We've got a lot of bales to move, so let's get up there and make a start on that. And our worker managed to make it up here too, which is a added bonus. So I think we'll just get this unfolded, head over here, make a start on getting some bales wrapped and help get this all sorted out.
Excellent use of an AI worker there, Args. Very good.
I'm not just a pretty face, I do have some good ideas occasionally. I'm not sure if baling all of this field was one of them though. Right, we're going to show FSG what the smarter way to do it would have been if he'd brought the Valtra up. Let's see if we can pick up one of these bales. Take two back over there at the same time. I haven't used this bale grab before, so we'll just see how efficient I am. Probably not that very, considering just emptied. Kind of got it grabbed, not too well. Let's ungrab it and try it once more. We got that picked up. We'll run back over here and take two at once. Alright, there's one on. We have made a start. Didn't quite have it in the right position because of course the wrapper got in the way, but we'll wait and see. FSG looked to be actually a bit more efficient. He seemed to get down here and back quicker than I did, but at least we've got a bale on the back of the trailer. So just a bit of an update on our wrapping. We've come over here, we've started another little area we're stacking some in. FSG's down over there, he's loading up the trailer. Got quite a few of the bales down the bottom there wrapped, but there's quite a few loads to take out of here yet. And there's still quite a few bales up here to wrap, so we're just going to carry on with this. Not quite sure how long it is going to take us, but we'll get what we can done today and be pretty well positioned to give them to the cows. I don't even know if we're going to eat it all. We don't have a huge amount of cows. We may even run some down to the BGA or a sell point or something like that. We'll just have to wait and see where we end up. I'm liking this Massey though. It's a nice tractor, and on top of that the handling physics for the bales, the loading, everything like that, even though we're playing on a multiplayer server with a little bit of network lag that comes with it, cannot fault it. We were able to stack that trailer pretty comfortably without any of the issues we would have encountered if this was the FPS 19 physics. So huge props to Giants for making some massive improvements with the game engine to make that a much more enjoyable experience. So we'll just carry on getting these wrapped and see where we end up.
Right, Args, this is going to take us all day if we don't stop and do something else for a bit. Who
Yeah.
wants to run the gauntlet of taking this trailer back to the farm without putting the sides up?
Oh, I'll give it a run. I'll take it back down there. It's not too far to go.
Alright.
Well, it might not look pretty, but it's back.
Exactly. If they're going to fall off anywhere, in the yard, just where you parked it, is probably the best place.
I agree. So we're just going to leave the rest of those bales in the paddock for now, in the field for now, and go and cut a few trees down.
Yeah, let's go and see what the logging is like in FS22, shall we?
Alright, well, maybe we'll get a contractor in to come and pick the rest of those bales up for us.
Sounds like an idea to me.
Alright, let's head up the hill and go and find what we've got up there. Alright, so we're up here with the forestry gear. Looks like FarmSim Guy was getting the processor set up.
Health and safety first. I like it, Args. I should probably do the same.
Yeah, with you around operating one of these machines, I want it to be as visible and safe as possible.
What are you saying?
Well, I just wanted to give you an easier target to see. That grey you're wearing, you're hiding amongst this grass and trees too much.
I am going to change right now.
Alright, I'm waiting.
I was going to put shorts and a t-shirt on, but they don't have any shorts.
I've noticed they don't have any shorts. It's quite funny, when you went into the wardrobe, you completely disappeared off my screen, and then you reappeared in exactly the same spot, wearing something different.
Oh, right. That's quite good.
Right. Oh, looking nice and safe. Alright, so we're having a bit of a turn here in the Rotney tree processor. Just getting my head around some of these controls. They seem a little bit different to me to what I experienced and got familiar with in 19. Almost feel inverted. But let's see if we can get this tree cut down. The physics though, so far, seem very good with the logs. Much friendlier. Be pretty good there. Are we not quite in close enough? Just have to lift it up just a touch. There we are. Got it. I'll let that drop down. And with it along there beside us, we'll pull that back up and cut some 6-metre logs. Ready to put onto the forwarder. This is the Rotney equipment. This is part of the DLC that Farming Simulator had back earlier in the year for FS19. So it's nice to see it here in 22 again. We'll just carry on, get a couple more trees cut down, and we'll see about getting them loaded and possibly run down somewhere to sell. There you go. Oh, FSG's brought the truck up. We're not even going to bother putting them on the forwarder. We're just going to put them straight into the man. It looks like he's getting the loader opened out. He is indeed. Let's see how he goes. Getting some loaded up with this. Pretty impressed with how it is holding on to that log though. By now,
This is hard.
FS19, that would have fallen out a long time ago. But tough, eh? In saying that though, it would have fallen out a long time before that, if this was 19. Alright, so we've just been having a bit of a play around with the logs. Neither of us really have our controls probably mapped properly for them, but just from the few things we're noticing so far is that everything seems, from a physics point of view, to be much better than it was in FS19, as we noticed with the bales, but even just with the logs there. Okay, I've missed one, but the other two went in there, but just the fact I was able to get 3 into the grab to start with was a bit of a bonus. Well, Forestry Sim Guy, that was a bit of fun, a bit of a change from where we have been for the last couple of months.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to play with it, right? Isn't it? It's just to kind of understand it. I was saying I was nervous. I hated forestry, and then I kind of grew to love it in 19. So I can see with the physics changes, it could be good in 22.
I mean, how could you not love forestry with auto-load logging trailers?
Yeah, true. I'll maybe wait for those to arrive.
There you go. And auto-load baling trailers after today's baling efforts.
Yeah, that's just volume, really, isn't it?
It was volume, yeah. No, the physics are fantastic. It's one thing Giants have done really well, and they've done a lot of things well, but the physics, the improvements are a huge plus for me.
I think they're noticeable, yeah, really noticeable. So that's all positive, right?
It is, absolutely. and give some proper forestry a go once we've figured out a few keybinds and got things a little bit more familiar with some of the equipment.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, well, that was fun. Not sure whether we'll be back here, but for one episode only, it was good. Whether or not we'll head back to West Texas next week or we'll do something different, we'll see.
We will see. We will see. We'd love to hear your opinions too on whether you'd like to see this continue a little bit further or whether you prefer the West Texas format.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, mate. Well, thanks. That was fun. Breathing in this nice Swiss mountain air.
It was. It was a nice refresher. So until next time, we will see you soon.
Take care, mate.
You too. Alright, well there we go. So from the what are becoming wet Alps, how can you not admire that view though? Our hay's getting wet, or our grass is getting wet. It's probably not ideal. However, it is what it is. So from the FarmSim Guy and myself, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next one.